Hi, everybody. It's Latanya Carmouche, your personal development life coach. I am here to empower you and provide you with helpful tips that will help you rewrite the scripts of your life. Now, before we get started, y'all check out my Patti LaBelle sleeves, right? Can y'all feel it? Hey, anyways, today we are discussing energy drains and how to drain them before they drain you, right? We all have busy lives, right? 2023, it seems like the more years go past, the busier we become, right? Just adulting just makes you busy, right? And so it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day demands and not realize that we are living out certain habits. We are sticking to certain relationships and obligations that are silently draining our energy without even noticing it, right? These energy vampires, they zap our energy and our vitality, and they leave us feeling exhausted and prevent us from thriving. These vampires quietly exist in our day-to-day lives, depleting our energy because we are familiar with them. We don't even recognize them, right? We operate on autopilot because we're so comfortable with them, even though they're hurting us. We're so comfortable with them, so we kind of don't even notice that they're there and that they're hurting us. Well, today we're going to focus on calling these little suckers right out, right? We're going to call them out and we're going to stop them. The leeching stops now, right? So if you're constantly feeling tired, right, and you just don't have any desire to get up or do something or try something new or create a positive goal or work towards your goal, right? Maybe you don't even have a goal. You want a goal, but you just don't have one because you don't have the energy to think of what else could I do? Because if I think of something else to do, it's going to make me feel tired because there's just something else for me to do. Those are your energy vampires that's sucking the life out of you, right? We were created to have an abundant life, to flourish and to thrive and to live, right? And so if you are tired or if you just don't have the drive to do that, we're going to check these energy vampires, right? We have to face them, right? We have to face the reason that we don't feel like doing anything and then be intentional about putting a stop to it. We have to stop these little vampires, these little things that's just eating away at us and holding us back. Now, you may say, well, what are they, right? I don't know what they are. Here are some common energy drains and some tips on how to eliminate them so that you can feel more energized and have a more joyful life. Number one is lack of sleep. Sleep is essential for both your physical and mental health. When we shortchange sleep, saying stuff like, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I hate when people that just bothers my spirit when people say that. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Or they'll say, the sleep is so overrated. No, it's not. Sleep is not overrated. When you cheat yourself of sleep, every area of your life is going to suffer. So here's a tip. Create a calming nighttime routine, right? Aim for at least 7 hours of sleep and prioritize rest. Set a bedtime. We hated it as kids, but it's necessary as an adult. Have a bedtime and stick to it, right? I don't care what's coming on TV. TV will be there tomorrow. Go to sleep and train your body to have a sleeping pattern. Next, you want to eliminate toxic friendships and toxic relationships, right? That's a major energy vampire. Pay attention to how you feel after you interact with certain people. Do you feel uplifted or do you feel emotionally drained? Limit the time with the negative friends and set boundaries with difficult people. And for goodness sake, stay away from still people, right? These are the people that are still complaining. They're still angry. They still broke. They still just hanging on in there. Don't be mean to the people, but limit your time with them, right? Or if you can, just limit your time with them, right? And then if you happen to run into them or you happen to take their call, when you notice they're starting to that, well, life is hard and I'm just hanging on in there, that's your cue to be like, you know what? I was just on my way out the door for a walk. I was just getting set up to start working on this project. I have this goal that I'm working towards. I'm just getting ready to set up for this, and just cut it short. Don't be nasty with the people. Don't be mean, but just cut it short and let them know, you know what? You standing still. I'm gonna go ahead and move forward by doing something progressive. And God bless you. And go, right? Don't even feel guilty about it, right? They can either come with you or they can sit there and be left behind. Don't worry about it. You want to surround yourself with supportive, positive people and relationships that energize you. Those are the people you want to be around. People that's doing stuff and moving forward. And yeah, we all having a bad day and we all going through some sort of struggle, but that's not what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on the promises of God and we're going to move forward. Okay. Next, you want to look at your environment, right? Your home, your office space. Is it cluttered? Clutter steals mental energy because your brain is constantly processing the visual stimuli in the chaotic environment, right? So your brain is seeing all this stuff, and your brain is constantly trying to organize. It's trying to organize the stuff, and where does this go, and where does this go? Meaning, in compartments in your brain, in your mind, your brain is trying to, think, where does this go? What do we do? And if it's just there, it's just a bunch of stuff, your brain is frazzled trying to figure out how to organize this chaos. And it's not going to figure it out because it's there. So work on decluttering your home. Give away items that you don't use, right? Organize your possessions, organize stuff. Don't have a bottle of lotion over here and then lotion over there and then there's some over there. And why is there lotion in the garage? Organize stuff, right? Keep your stuff organized and be practical, right? You don't need perfume on the kitchen counter. It just doesn't make sense, right? Just however you want to organize it, just organize your possessions, right? That way you're not running all around looking for stuff. One of my biggest things, growing up, right, there was always an issue with the remote control missing, right? How do you lose a remote control? The TV doesn't move. So why is the remote control missing, right? So there's a place in my home, right? Ever since I've been on my own, there's been a place for remote control, right? Remote control doesn't belong in the bathroom. It doesn't belong in the kitchen. It belongs where the TV is, right? Wherever the TV is, that's where the remote should be. And that's one thing, my family knows. I'm not going to look for something that should be where it should be, right? I should not hear the landline phone ring and I go to the base of the phone and there's no phone. Where's the phone? Then you got to listen for the sound and run around the house. Organize, right? At work, you want to file away your paperwork, delete old emails, right? You know how it distracts me, right? Personally, to log into my email and see 100,000 emails. They're deleted. Delete the deleted stuff. Delete stuff, right? And if you're like me for your personal stuff, I signed up for everything. But when it used to be sign up and save 20% and sign up, then you get all these emails, unsubscribe to stuff you're not going to order from again. And then just delete emails. Stuff come in, just delete it. So you don't have to be distracted with sorting through, did I read this? Did I need this? Do I need this email? Is there information I need to write down or remember from this email? Go through your emails, clean your inbox, delete the deleted, and just remove distractions, right? That's our goal here. We're removing distractions from your home and from your desk, right? Streamlining your surroundings, it clears mental space. Next, we're going to look at poor eating habits, right? A diet high in processed foods and sugar and caffeine, it gives us a real quick energy boost, but then we crash. Eat more foods that are whole, right? You want to eat more proteins. You want to eat more complex carbs, fruits and vegetables. Hydrate with water, right? And herbal tea. Meal prep on the weekend, save time, right? I'm learning that it can be done, right? So you want to get good nutrition in, because good nutrition stabilizes energy, and it can be easy, right? Grab a protein shake in the morning. My daughter grabbed me these kale salads from Trader Joe's, so grab that for lunch. There's probiotic nuts that I got from Sam Club, right? So eating healthier is doable, and I'm learning. We can do this, right? Another energy drainer is information overload. Too much information, especially from the media, from TV, that overstimulates our brain, right? It leads to mental fatigue. We're tired, right? You're looking at all this stuff that's happening all over the world and happening to people we don't know. When I say all over the world, that's that. But then you go on social media and somebody's crying about, their dog or something. It's too much, right? It's overstimulating. So limit your time on social media, limit your time with TV, limit your time on the phone. Give your technology a bedtime. How about that, right? Before bed, turn the phone down, put it face down so you can't see what's happening, put it on mute, and then read a book, right? And if you can't sleep without your phone, you can't sleep without the TV being on, then turn it on something calming, like use like the calming app, or turn to YouTube and listen to meditation sounds, or tune into a podcast of someone telling a bedtime story, not a scary story, not a action-filled story, but a bedtime story. Next, you want to avoid saying yes too often. Many of us want to please others. It's funny. I'm sorry, I'm pause for a second. I just talked to my mother about talking and you get this tickle in your throat and it's so annoying. And here I am. But anyways, I'm gonna drink water because I'm human. I'm not your superwoman. Hey, I'm real just like you. Say no. Avoid saying yes too often, right? Many of us, we want to please others and we have difficulty. I have a client who has difficulty saying no. She says yes to everything and then she has too many obligations. This burdens your schedule. And then that leaves little time for self-care and rest. You want to prioritize yourself, and prioritize your loved ones and your scheduling, right? It's okay to say no for something that just does not work for your schedule. Fortunately, I cannot leave an hour earlier to pick up a coworker and give them a ride to work. I'm so sorry. I just can't, right? Be mindful, do what you can, but don't overexert yourself and neglect yourself. Free up time and energy and be thoughtful of your boundaries. Another thing that I see affects a lot of people that drains their energy is perfectionism. People want to be perfect, and procrastination, right? So people who are perfectionists, they obsess over getting things exactly right. People who procrastinate, they just avoid starting. They just never start altogether. Both of these waste your energy. Both are a waste of energy. It would drain you, right? Because you're either trying to get it exactly right, so you drained. You do nothing. I'm so sorry. Goodness. They need to pay me since I'm advertising their water on this video. But people, you should strive for excellence rather than perfection, right? Because nothing is perfect. Focus on progress. Focus on progress, right? Over the outcome, right? Give it your best, get it done, let it be, right? Learn how to break large projects down to small, actionable steps that you can take, and then get started right away. Stop putting stuff off. It doesn't have to be completed today, but you need to get started today. And don't let being perfect be the enemy of doing something good. Next, we're going to talk about negative self-talk. That critical inner voice, we always talk about it, that voice that tells us you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not doing enough, you don't have enough confidence. Those are the things that just keeps us stuck. You got to be aware of this negative self-talk and reframe it. Treat yourself with the kindness and empathy that you would to a friend, right? Celebrate the wins and quiet. When that voice comes up and tell you what you can't do, what you're no good at, what you're too late for, shut it down. Shut her down. Shut that voice down, right? And then another thing that drains our energy is that we tend to live in the past, or we live in the future, right? We dwell on the past constantly, worrying about, we dwell on the past, right? Or we are constantly worrying about the future. And when you do that, that pulls our focus and our energy away from the present moment, right? You're not even here, right? You have to let go of the past regrets. You have to stop worrying about the future and having anxiety. And you can do this both, getting rid of both and being present. by practicing mindfulness, right? And then for my believers in Christ, if you're watching, you know better. We know better. Psalms 46:1 tells us that God is our refuge and strength, a very present help. Present, right here. Very present help in a time of trouble, but he's present, right? Jesus is not trying to catch up to us because he's still 10 years in the past and he's trying to catch up to us. He's not behind us. He's not 6 months ahead of us. Let me get this ready for when she get here. He already knows the past. He's prepared our future. And right now, he's standing with us, right? He's in us right now, dwelling in us right now. So you want to keep reliving your past about what happened and who did you wrong and how daddy messed up and daddy let you down and your mama didn't hug you. When those thoughts come up of what you didn't do and how that went wrong because you should have did this, but you didn't do it. And now that happened. Isaiah 43:18 commands us, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past, lest we miss the new thing that he, Jesus, right, is doing right in front of us. Get out of the past. The future don't even exist because it's not here, right? You worried about next month and you could die today and next month never happens. So you just waste all that time. So the future doesn't even exist, right? We have right now. Let go of the past. You got to remember, your brain doesn't have a concept of time, right? You ever notice when you talk to someone and they're telling you about something in the past, they're telling you about a car accident that they've had, right? And as they telling you, and I was sitting there and then the light turned green and I took off. And when I took off, the other car ran the red light and it slammed it to me. And they're telling it like it happened that morning, right? Like it just happened. They're you know, their emotions are going and they're what do you call it? Their adrenaline. Thank you. Their adrenaline is flowing, and it's like it just happened. Your brain is like, every time you tell the story about the past of what didn't work and who did what and who shot John and why Bobby don't do what he used, your brain is like, all right, here we go, and your brain thinks it's happening right now. The past, the past is the past, right? You can learn from it, but that's it. You can't change it. You can't change the past. The past can't breathe. The past don't talk. The past is the past, right? So learn from it and let it go. For those of you anxious, right? You're letting your energy be drained because you're so worried about tomorrow and you're so worried about where the price of gas is high and this is going up and they're talking about layoffs at the job and, you know, you're worried about the future. And my believers, where are you? Because Philippians 4:6 says, therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Now, what, like I said, the future doesn't exist, right? We can plan, right? It's good to have goals and have plans, but don't worry about it, right? Don't be anxious over because it may not ever get here, right? So focus on right now. And then I don't know about you, right? But I'm striving to be a Proverbs 31 woman, right? And that means that I am clothed in strength and dignity, and I laugh without fear about the future. I'm not worried about the future. Like, why worry about it? Man, you can be this way also. We can do this. We can do this, right? We have to be intentional about being present and making the most of each day, right? Then that kind of took me left and off track, but I'm back. I'm here, right? The whole point of this post is to bring awareness to the different ways energy is depleted. You can begin eliminating habits, mindsets, and behaviors that no longer serve you. Reclaim your natural vitality by prioritizing restful sleep, healthy eating, healthy food, decluttering your spaces. You want to live in a clutter-free life, right? Nurture positive relationships, right? Limit toxic, negative relationships. Have a mindful presence. You're in the right now. You are living today. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you feel? What is good? What are you thankful for right now? I'm thankful that I had this bottle of water because I'm about near choked on my own whatever, just talking too much. I know. I'm thankful, right? I'm thankful for the sun shining. I'm thankful for you tuning in. I'm thankful for so much to be alive today, to be right here, to be able to hear the birds chirping outside my window. I'm so grateful to be able to see the people walking by in front of my office space. I'm so grateful that I can feel, right? I can smell. I'm healthy. I am, I went to church this morning. You know, everyone in my family has a reasonable amount of health. Like there's so much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for the chair I'm sitting in. I'm thankful for, electricity and the lights and the cameras and the technology, right? That you're not going to watch before bed. You're going to watch earlier, not when you're trying to relax. But the technology I have that allows me to upload videos and talk to so many people around the world, right? People I haven't even met before know me, right? And then reach out to me, and then we can talk and form relationships with positive people all around the world. There's so much to be thankful for, right? Focus on the positive, right? Shed energy that drains you, right? When you shed that energy, it allows you to refocus that energy into meaningful goals, activities and relationships that lead to a deeply nourishing life. So, where's your journal, right? Remember, as I said, get a journal. Hopefully, you have a journal, but write it down. How are you going to create space for what energizes your spirit, right? I want to hear from you. What are you going to do? What are you changing? Am I talking just for you to listen, or am I talking for you to put action behind what you hear, right? And remember, if you don't agree with everything I say, that's okay, right? Eat the meat, throw out the bones. If it applies to you, take it and run with it. If it doesn't apply to you, you don't agree with it, it's not for you, throw that bone away. But take something away and utilize it. Make your today better, right? Make today better. You are to have a life full of joy, right? Live it. Live the life that Christ died on the cross for you to have. Take advantage of it, right? It's available to you. For more information, be sure to either come back right here to this YouTube page and look at our videos, or go to the website, ltce.info, for more information and to read more about this blog. I'll see you next time.